I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
18 Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, greetings and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Man, and this is going to be another big one in our legend series. Yes, we have been doing a series of interviews with legend of sports in Jamaica, particularly football. And this morning I have one of very high esteem, right? I mean, you talk about football and cricket, this person's name come to the fore in all capacities, from playing to coaching to officiating, and he is excellent in all. And one of the things that I am going to find out, right, I am going to have to find out this, is if this man have received his honorary doctorate or his order of distinction and all of those things, because he has done such great and stellar work in sports in Jamaica, in particular in Montego Bay with Cornwall College. You know, I don't want to say CC because I don't know which CC is the CC, if it is Cornwall College or Clarendon College. So I'm not going to say CC because I don't want to get in any trouble. I'm a man. There's no C in my school name, so I leave that to the Clarendon College people and the Cornwall College people to find out who was the original CC. Maybe this astute gentleman will come and tell us who is the original CC and who is the number one CC across the Caribbean and even here in Jamaica. So let's welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I mean, Sir Steve Bucknor. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning. How are you?
I am overwhelmed. I'm happy. I am joyous because I get to see you again after many years of playing under 16 and the Costa Cup against the Cornwall College team. You understand me? That we used to beat up when you were the coach. I'm just kidding. Well, how are you doing?
I'm fine now. I'm okay. At this stage, I'm okay for the time being.
Wonderful. You know, I met your wife some long time ago. Is she doing well?
I believe so now. She
You
was
be-
on screen just a while ago, but she was taken away.
I thought Adam is the one in the garden hiding, but it is Eve in the garden hiding.
Yeah, man, even the garden hiding.
Hiding from the interview. Greeting.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I know that you don't do anything without her permission from long time. So I want to thank her for permitting you to share
You know,
your
with
journey.
that,
Your journey with us. Yes, but so good to see you in good health, and you and the family are doing well. I mean, again, absolutely delighted to have you on our platform, to speak to you about your journey. And let me just, what we have been doing here at I Am Sure Sports is just looking at the football in particular, just persons who have really played an important role in football in Jamaica, and the fact that many of them have not been duly recognized for the role that they have played. And you're one of those persons that, being a young man who attended school in Western Jamaica and know about you in football, and I mean, wanting to do the interview with you, I learned some other things about you. And so I don't know all the details. I know you know all the details. I have a very, very sharp memory. So I'm going to ask you to share with our audience, like, where your involvement in football all started, all the way to Cornwall College. I don't want to even burst the secret, but you just start from the earliest stages, being involved in football, from playing to coaching to officiating, and then we'll ask questions as we go along. Go ahead, Mr.
Well, I started at Montego Bay Boys School, which is now a co-ed institution, Coronel Avenue. So for those persons who know, we had a boys' school and a girls' school. So I started at Montego Bay Boys School, and because I could not play out on the field, I was told to go inside the goal. And this is where I talk about PE stuff, or after school at primary school. And I remember saving a penalty, and I was told that you are going to be the goalkeeper for the class. As soon as I attended Cornwall, somebody from my house said, "Where the boy is Steve Bucknor there? He will keep in Division 3, Now, I was too small for Division 3. Them said, I said, sorry. I said, no, you have no choice in the matter, You're a Division 3 keeper. And that is where it started. So I started keeping goal as soon as I entered Cornwall College. I'm not saying that I was a good goalkeeper, but it was forced onto me. And in those days, the bigger boys had the say in the school. So I had to go in the goal, and I believe I did reasonably well in the goal. And it was from house matches, house Division 2, that I reached the Costa Cup squad. Not Division 1, Division 2, and this was Division 2 as a youngster at the age of 15. And playing for the school, I was there for 3 years. Year 1, I was a reserve, but I played. Year 2, I got my ribs broken in Kingston in a pre-season competition. It was called a JC's competition, played at Sabina Park. It was supposed to have been the 4 top schools in Jamaica playing, and my ribs were broken, so I didn't play much that season. But come 84, I went back in the goal, even though I could have made a team on the field, but I told myself that I had a plan, and it would have been all the Costa the second year, all schools the third year. And I made all schools playing for Jamaica with some of these fellas from KC, because they were the strongest team at that stage, at that time, the Oxford and the Keys and Company. And I thought it was a good experience playing for Cornwall. For Cornwall, but playing all schools. And the only game that the Brazilians did not win was the one at the stadium, when it was a 1-1 draw, and the coach merely said that you know, if he could, he would have taken me to Brazil, take me back to Brazil, because he has never seen a performance as good as that. But then it was really a team performance, because we scored first against Brazil. And that was the only game that Brazil did not win. So they said that we would have been the best team that they played against for that tour of the Caribbean.
Okay, so you remember who you broke your rib against? Because you said it were the top 4 schools in Jamaica at that time. That
I
was
am not sure. I'm not sure. I don't want
oh,
to call a name and then he's
okay.
labeled. But
No man, not him.
no, we're playing against KC.
Oh, it was KC.
Yes, we're playing against KC with the same fellows. Highlight was the Chuckstar. Highlight was on the team, and the same all schools contingent. They were there. Keys and Company.
Neville Oxford and all of those guys.
It was 3-0 at halftime. Cornwall leading 3-0 at halftime, which was not expected. And come second half, I came out to the goal, long barrier, took the ball cleanly, tucked my head in, and a boot came into my ribs.
Whoa.
And eventually Cornwall won the game 3-2, but we were walking away, waltzing away from Kingston College in that game. They had no answer whatsoever. Nobody could score me. Any one-on-one, I nullified all those attempts. But so be the case, and my season was cut short. And this was 1963.
63. So did you win the Costa Cup with Cornwall?
Yes, we won the Costa Cup on Oliver Shield.
Which year? 64?
1963.
63?
In 1963, yes.
Okay, who did you defeat in the Oliver Shield?
JC.
Okay.
It was 5-0 at Cornwall.
Whoa.
And we drew at the stadium 0-0, but the boys had enough from the game at Cornwall, and they decided that we are going to play individual football at the stadium, even though the coach said, please score 1 goal and take it from there. They said, sorry, coach, individual football all the way through. Otherwise, we could have beaten JC then, but that was the case. The game drew 0-0 in 63.
63. All right. So who are some? You remember any of your Cornwall College teammates who were very good? I mean, outside of you being an excellent tall goalkeeper, that seems to be a thing with Cornwall. Always have some very tall, good goalkeepers. But who are some of the other players on your team in 1983 at Cornwall College?
No, you mean 63?
63. 1963?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ali Bucknor was the architect, the big goal scorer.
Listen, but you couldn't miss. So you had Ali Bucknor play for Cornwall College. I didn't know that. Whoa.
No, Ali played many years for Cornwall. Both of us started at the same time. And because he was a year younger, so he played a year after me. He played 65. He started 62, played 65. Okay. And we had, Billy Griffiths was there in 62. From way back in 59, Billy Griffiths was there, 59, 60, 61, 62. But he didn't continue in school after that. And we had many, many good players. Anthony Jump, for example, the outside right. Barry Daniels, the outside left. Keith Thorpe played what was termed the inside left position. Dwight Taylor. And one of the better defenders coming out of schoolboy football, Noel Henry. He was called Rabbit. He toured in 1961 with the all schools team that went to Haiti. Wow. And this is where there was a James from Mandeville who played for JC. Both of them would have been the 2 best fullbacks in football. And I believe Forrest from KC who was injured by, I think he came back from Haiti with polio. Oh. It was the KC fellow, I think the KC goalkeeper. So we had a pretty good team in 1963.
When you won. So how many teams are in the Costa Cup? 2? Cornwall and Monroe?
No. In those days, you had about between 20 to 22 teams playing the Costa Cup. Because it was literally one school per parish. That is how
Oh,
it
one high school per
one
parish.
high school, yeah, one boys' school per parish. So Cornwall was St. James, Rossies was in Hanover,
Hanover. Manning's in.
Manning's in Westmoreland, Monroe in St. Elizabeth. There was nobody else in St. Elizabeth but Monroe. And then you go to Manchester High across the way. And Homewood, I think Homewood was one of the earlier technical schools. So Homewood started pretty early. So Homewood, as a technical school, played in Manchester. But you didn't have too many schools then. Not too many schools. And Titchfield controlled the eastern zone. Clarendon College controlled the south central. Monroe.
Or was it Manning's that control the West?
No. No, not then, not then. You see, what happened those days, the coaches, we did not have real coaches. It was the PE teachers. So somebody would have been there, and we had persons from England as our PE teacher, and with a little bit more knowledge than the local Jamaican. So we learned something different from what others learned. But later on, schools like Rossies, the same thing happened to Rossies, where expats came across, taught at Rossies and coach.
Okay.
And little by little, the locals learned more football. More schools were developed because you had the new secondary schools. And the new secondary schools became high schools after a while. So this is why we have so many schools playing the Costa Cup and Manning Cup.
Whoa.
But the early days, 20-odd schools playing the Costa Cup.
Okay. So when you finished at Cornwall, I know you played in the all-school team, very good team with all of these guys. Did you continue playing football, or were you playing any other football during that time, or it was just high school football and you stopped after that?
It was not high school football and stuff. I was at Montego Bay Boys Club. So I continued playing football, but it is not what it is today. In those days, you had to have a job. And going to Cornwall, the principal always pointed out that sports is not going to help anybody, because there were no scholarships in those days, except you may get a track scholarship, and the countryman could not get a track scholarship because he had no contact. So the scholarships were in Kingston, KC, and what's it, from Green and Black School.
Calabar.
KC, Calabar were the only schools with their boys getting scholarship. Nobody else would. It was most difficult. So I was on the way to a scholarship. It didn't work out. So we were not in that position. So we had to play games, enjoy playing at school, enjoy playing club football, but we had to be working because there was no other way.
So while you were in school, you had to be working at that time?
No. I'm saying that after school.
After school, okay.
After school, because on 2 occasions, I was called for the national team. And my question was, where am I going to work in Kingston? The coach said, and you have to come first. I said, sorry, I'm not coming. Him say, what? I said, I am not coming. I am working in Montego Bay. I have a good job. Why am I going to leave to come to Kingston? Where's the job in Kingston? Him say, when you come, I said, goodbye. Have a good day.
That's a Jamaica national senior team they call you for, you didn't?
Okay. I said, on 2 occasions, I said, sorry, not going. Because no job. It's no point going to Kingston to play football, because what it meant then was I had to be living with a relative who was asked to support me. So I'm going to have to eat meals there. I'm going to live there. I have no money in my pocket and play for Jamaica. But that time you had to play for a team in Kingston to play for Jamaica. And I said, sorry, no way. I'm a rural man and I will stick to that. But then I went off to STETHS right after school. And I taught at STETHS, and I was the coach at STETHS for 4 years. And that is where my sporting career really started.
Oh, so actually, okay, so when you left Cornwall, you were playing for Montego Bay
Boys Club. Yes, and St. James.
What,
Yeah.
what they were playing in? What kind of did they play against other parishes, or it was just a
Yes.
local?
No. There was a big competition called the Meeks Cup, and it was the All Ireland play for the Meeks Cup. But excuse me, what you had was the clubs in Kingston versus the parishes, because it was said that the clubs were so strong, so the clubs played against
Like
parishes.
St. James Parish and Westmoreland Parish.
Yes, and then you had Railway. Santos came about later on. You had Boys Town, and I don't remember other clubs, but there were a few other clubs in Kingston, and they were strong enough to play against the parishes until the parishes got strong enough. Then it became Confederation. But St. James in 1963 won the Meeks Cup when St. James defeated Railway at the stadium. And it was Billy Griffiths that did most of the damage. He beat about 3 persons and shunted a side pass to Carl Morris, who side footed it home. And then
You remember that clear as day? Wow.
no, I did not go because I couldn't get permission from school to go.
Oh.
I was a reserve keeper for St. James, but I could not get permission from school to go to a football match in Kingston, which did not have Cornwall College, the blessing of Cornwall College. We were not playing, and the principal said, oh no, Steve, you can't go. Yeah. So I had to wait back in Montego Bay for the result. So we were good as a parish, and the youngsters in St. James were good because at the age of 15, Ali McNabb was playing for the parish of St. James and scoring goals to St. James. At 15, I made my debut for St. James at 16. Billy Griffiths played for Jamaica at 17 while going to Cornwall.
Billy Griffiths.
Yes, who I thought was the best footballer Jamaica has ever seen.
Really?
Of course. But those from Kingston won't agree. They're going to say somebody else who I believe was an entry.
They were going to say Alan Skillcole is the best.
Yeah, but when you ask a question, how many goals, you can't find a goal that he scored for Jamaica. Billy had 17 scored for Jamaica at the stadium in 1960, I think it was 62 or 63. When they played again, we had games in Jamaica, and I think it was against Haiti when he scored 2 goals. So he as a teenager. But he was not the only person. Danny Allen, at the age of 18, played outside for Jamaica. They went to Trinidad to play, I don't know if it's a 1.5 game. So the Cornwallians were good footballers then. Excellent footballers. And when sometimes you hear a person saying, boy, this team is young. Billy started playing for Cornwall at 14 plus. Noel Henry started playing for Cornwall at 14 plus. McNabb played at 15. I played at 16. And we all played for the parish before leaving school. So we're not here about no young Cornwall team. That is foolishness because many persons started playing very young. Even the teams that I coached, persons were playing coming out of under 14 into D Cup. People playing under 16 playing D Cup. So the teams that you know that you might have played against, the years before, the 81 to 84 squad, they were all youngsters. When we won the first Doncaster Cup, the average age of the squad was 16 years and 3 months. That's the average age of the squad.
That's 62, 63. 63.
No. The teams that I coach, 82.
Okay. And we don't
the squad was very, very young.
Okay, because that's when you came to Cornwall. But before you coached at Cornwall, you said that when you left Cornwall, you went to St. Elizabeth Technical.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so you're a coach, a cricket coach or a football coach, or did you play?
I coach 3 sports. I coach cricket, football, and track and field at St. Elizabeth Technical.
Okay. All right. And this was the first time you were coaching. You must have been pretty young. Because
yes, sir.
Yeah.
I went there at the age 21.
Oh.
And I was coaching and teaching persons age 18 and persons who are now my age group. I was teaching at school.
I see. Whoa. And so,
You know,
what was that first experience like as a coach, a young coach, talking to youngsters, teaching them the game, not having a lot of experience? What was that like at St. Elizabeth Technical? And how long was it for?
Well, I spent 4 years up there, but I learned coaching because of the classroom, because of persons who taught me in class. I realized that I can use some of the classroom skills as a student, use as a coach. So I was very, very tough as a coach. I pointed out exactly what I wanted, and I went on the football field and I taught football out there. Because going to St. Elizabeth, going to Santa Cruz, not many persons could play. Not many fellas could even kick a ball. So I had to teach them how to kick a ball to go and play the Costa Cup. And that was the experience. That was my experience in 1967. Many of them only learned to kick the football when I went there in August. And those were the fellows who played the Costa Cup. Plus, a few I saw when I went there from Montego Bay. I saw them there. So they sort of made a difference. But it was a matter of teaching football to persons who could not play football. And that was my experience at STETHS until a few other players came from Kingston, but that was not my doing. They were brought in by others.
So 1967 was your first year coaching at STETHS?
Yes, first year coaching at STETHS.
And they were now in the Costa Cup for the what? For the first time?
No, for the second time.
For the second time, okay.
They played in 1965 and they played in Zone A in 1965, and I was told that, well, Cornwall beat them. I didn't see the game in Montego Bay 11-0, and in St. Elizabeth they lost 7-0. And when I went to school in 1967, they told me that until now the crossbar is still shaking. When McNabb took a shot and they said the ball beat everything and hit the crossbar, they say the crossbar is still making noise.
2 years after.
2 years after, you know. So that was where I started, and it has brought me to a stage where I am happy to have been there. Otherwise, I might not have been a coach at that level, because to be responsible for persons and not having the enough knowledge is something else. So it was really trying. It was something that I didn't expect, but it came on to me, and I thought in the end we did fairly well, because after 4 years at STETHS, we only lost 1 game to Cornwall. And this was the very first year we played a return game at Cornwall, and rain fell. It was muddy. At STETHS, when the rain falls, there's no mud. It is a material that is called iron dirt. You slip and slide on that material, but the water will run off, but there's no mud. And Cornwall backed us up, and they did a number on us in Montego Bay, beating 3-0, and there was no other loss to Cornwall in my 4 years. And I was asked by the old students, sorry, you can't be here beating us, so come back to Montego Bay.
Oh, so that is why you left STETHS and you went to Cornwall.
No, not to Cornwall. I went to Montego Bay and I was not given Cornwall.
Oh, wow.
Ali was the person asked to coach, even though I was asked diligently, please return to Montego Bay and coach Cornwall. So I coached under 15 team in 1973. Because I remember that 1972, the competition halted with the killing of the STETHS bus driver.
Oh no, we didn't know that. You have to tell us that. So there was a STETHS bus driver at a game that
in 1972, when Cornwall beat STETHS, I think it was 5-3 at Cornwall, and the team was doing fairly well. But after the game, persons were on the bus, shaking the bus, literally riding the bus, and this is something expected, something that used to happen. When Mannings come, we say, hey, and we cheer Mannings out of, but there's no violence, just talk. Excuse me. But on that occasion, fellow, it was a transit bus. So people on the steps, people on the back of the bus, and the driver didn't understand because he was not the regular driver for the school. It was the first occasion that he was taking a team. And because he had a firearm, he took it out and he fired one shot. It hit somebody who was on the
Top of the
classroom.
bus.
No, not on the bus. Behind the bus on the classroom, he fell off.
Whoa.
And he drove out immediately. And the rumors around Montego Bay was that he shot one of the Cornwall players, a fellow called Medic. Last name was Cook. He's Cook. And he was a darling of Montego Bay. He was the person who would sweeten things once the team is leading and he got the ball and people started hunting that bus driver. And he was cornered right by 14 Barnett Street. Just almost in front of the jail, he was cornered and beaten. And the police saw what was happening, came out, took him inside. Eventually, they took him to St. Elizabeth, where he died on the way to the Black River Hospital. So the competition was suspended.
So why would they take him to why they didn't take him to Cornwall Regional?
There was no Cornwall Regional at that time, sir.
Oh.
And there was a Montego Bay Hospital on the bottom road. And that is where they were attempting to take him. So on the first occasion, he was in the back of the car trying to drive out. The police car was blocked at the gate by hundreds of persons. Said, sorry, can't leave. So they would have taken him to Montego Bay Hospital, but I don't think he would have survived because they said twice the amount of persons at Barney Street, they were at the hospital waiting for him.
Okay.
So it was placed in the trunk of another car and taken out. So he could not have been, nobody could have done anything for him in Montego Bay. So they took him to St. Elizabeth and he died on the way, it was said. So this is how I started at Cornwall in 1980, 1973 as an under-15 coach, and we won the Galloway Cup going to Clarendon College and beating Clarendon College in Clarendon. And suddenly, you ask a question about CC. Suddenly, the persons were saying, come on, CC from Mobile.
Yes.
We won 1-0, and that is where I started at Cornwall. But even after that, the team was never given to me, and I did 6 seasons at Russie's.
So you won the under 15 at Cornwall. Ali McNabb is the coach of the D Cup team at Cornwall.
Yes.
All right. So this is under 15. But before you get there, we're gonna come back. I mean, you would have played with Ali McNabb in training. Did he really kick the ball that hard? When I hear people talk, he's one of the hardest kickers of the ball. Is it really? I mean, you would have probably faced some shots from him as a goalkeeper in training. I mean, how hard did he really kick the ball?
He's the best 2-footed kicker I have ever seen, bar none. He kicked the ball extremely hard with the right foot, and the left foot was equally hard, but the left foot would place that ball. So when I wanted practice, I said, come Ali, you can't score today. No way you can score. And the worst thing you can do when he kicks the ball, punch it. I punch one, and it went down by the long wall at Cornwall. They said, Ali, why Steve have you today? So it was a contest between Bucknor, McNabb. So that is where I got my practice. Ali kicking hard and I saving. And that is where the contest was. Now, Ali, the best 2-footed. Billy Griffiths, the best 1-footed, the best right-footed kicker. Ali, the best 2-footed kicker. Equally hard. And something that, if you have listeners, they should understand. If you can run fast, you kick hard because it is the same running motion. That
momentum.
The same motion. And Billy Griffiths was a sprinter. He could have run very fast. Very, very fast. McNabb won 100 at championships in 90.
Okay.
Yes, it was 1990. Sorry, 1960 66. He
Okay.
won the 100
At champs.
at champs. So that will tell how fast he was.
Okay. Did you ever do track and field? Or it's
Me?
just yes.
No, so I did track and field.
Yeah.
I was a high jumper and a triple jumper.
Okay. And you participated at champs as well?
I came second in high jump and second in triple jump.
Okay.
I was favored for triple jump, but I did high jump from 8:30 in the morning till after 1. And then right after that, I went to do triple jump. I was extremely tired. I'm not saying that I might not have been beaten, but I was extremely tired because what the record I had at Cornwall was half an inch outside of champs record. So I was an overwhelming favorite, but I was beaten by a Cornwallian. Very good Cornwallian.
Okay, so you got 1-2. Cornwall got 1-2.
I got 1-2 in the triple jump.
Okay. But you
And
didn't play any cricket though.
sir, I played cricket for Cornwall for 4 years.
I didn't know that.
I
There you
started
go.
as an opening batsman. I could bowl, but my first year I was there as an opening batsman. I played from 62, 3, 4, and 5. Vice
Okay.
captain in 64, captain 65.
What's the most runs you ever made?
For school, I made 50 odd runs against. Sorry, I don't. So I can't say it against Mannings at Jared Park. And I remember Wagstaff was I think a leg spinner, right arm leg spinner, and Dubalak was a fast one.
Dubalak. What
Yes,
Dubalak won at champs, you know?
he won 440 yards.
Yes, at champs. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. He
man, he was
defeated
good.
the KC champion.
No, he was good. He was
Yeah.
good.
So Dubalak bowl you.
No, can't bowl Viva. I didn't allow that to happen. But it was in 1963 that we beat. We played at Jared Park because we had a bad drought that year, and the soil busted up on the football on the field, and the cricket pitch busted up, so we couldn't play cricket at Cornwall. So we played at Jared Park, all the home games.
Okay.
You
All
know?
right. So no, you did under 15. You won the Galloway Cup. You were at the point where you said you didn't get the seat, the Doncaster Cup job, and then you moved from Cornwall now to Rossies.
Yes.
Okay, you did 6 years at Rossies.
6 seasons at Rugby, but it was not by choice, you know. Actually, I was in Westmoreland. I was a sports officer in Westmoreland in the Darliston area, sir.
Oh.
The sports officer up there, and it was a Rossi's teacher and old boy who invited me, say, come help us, the man. I said, but I can't come because I'm in Darliston. Him say, even one day a week, come help us. And I drove all the way from Darliston to Lucy 2 days per week and on match days.
Yeah. All right. Colin Miller was there at that time?
Yeah, he was on the staff. He wasn't yet principal.
Principal.
Not
Okay.
until might have been my last year at school down there, must in 1980 thereabout, when he became principal. But he was on staff.
Okay, so 6 seasons at Rossies. How well did you do there as a coach? And I mean, how did the matchup go now with, because you must have felt bad that Cornwall, you were asked to come back to Montego Bay. You weren't given the Cornwall College job. You went to Rossies, and then Rossies had to play Cornwall. I mean, what were those 6 years like?
It didn't feel so good. It didn't feel so good to be playing against Cornwall because I love the place where I was educated. But it wasn't my fault. I left STETHS to come to Montego Bay, and I was never given Cornwall. The nearest I came was under 15. And because I was asked to help Rossies, I tried to do my best, because if I'm at Rossies as a coach, it's a job, and I can't be considering Cornwall, KC, Mannings. I am here to do a job. And the very first game, and we played against Cornwall and beat Cornwall at Watson Taylor Park, 1-0. And it went well for us. there on. Even though we didn't win the Costa Cup anytime, but we played 2 third place matches and we won them at Jai Park on different occasions. So that was the best that we did, coming third on 2 occasions. But beating Clarendon College would have given us, it was 1978. That was the time when we had our best chance, but we didn't beat Clarendon.
Cornwall.
No.
Clarendon. You met Clarendon in the finals.
No, it wasn't a final, but that game was almost like a final. Played at STETHS. And we lost that game 1-0. And Clarendon went to the finals and won. But we would have won the Costa Cup that year because we had some very, very, very good players. People were playing for 3-4 years. People from Hanover who were playing for 4 years, 5 years. Like the Danny Boy, the Samuels family.
Ray Samuels was on that team. That Cement Kid.
Cement Kid, yeah, he played right back. Swelly Miller
right.
played centre half.
Because both of those guys went to play for Reno.
Yes, Russ Livingston was also in defense. He was from Sandy Bay. And Worm was a striker who every goalkeeper will tell you that the goal is there, the net is there. Hit it, don't hit me. He could kick the ball so hard because he was also a sprinter. And he was taught that if you can't see the goal, you can't see the head of the keeper. Kick it for the head of the keeper.
That's what you're coaching him to look for the keeper at the head.
Exactly, because reflexes will say the keeper will duck. That's the first thing the keeper will do. Duck, then put the hands up.
Okay.
Sir, I was a goalkeeper. I understood. And he scored many, many goals. Numerous goals for us. Once it was a 1-on-1 situation, the keeper saved none. Into the goal or going outside, but the keeper had no chance.
But during this time, a lot of the competition, a lot of the Costa Cup was being won by Veer and Clarendon, though, during this era.
Yes. Clarendon College, that was the time in Clarendon College, they were doing well with people like Mambi, and I think Teacher Hyde came a little bit after, and then Hutchinson, and a fellow named Russell who played centre half, extremely good centre half. You know, they had a good group of boys, and Chungfa was the coach then.
Yes.
You know.
All right. So they have so many. I'm going to take some of the comments, right? We're going to pause, take some of the comments, and then we're going to come back. There's this youngster. He put up this comment earlier. He says he wants you to convince me. He says it is Kadeem, right? And he says you need to tell me that he is the best cricketer in the Van Cortlandt Park.
Kadeem. No, I tell you what. He's one of the good supporters. He's not
a cricketer, he's a supporter.
He's a reasonably good cricketer.
A reasonably good.
But he gets you out of your game by whispering things in your ears. So he'll be talking, and once he gets you out, there's no return for you. No, he's a good fellow. He's a good cricketer. Very, very good cricketer. But he's more of the sledging type. He sledge you to get you out.
Okay. So he's not going to bowl you out, he's going to sledge you out.
No, he's going to sledge you, then bowl you. But he is going to get you out, first of all, by sledging and in your ears, in your hair. And then once you're out, that's the end of you for the day, for the season. You can't talk to him again for the season because you're out and I get you out. And if I get you out, forget about it. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. All right. So a couple other ones. I see Broadman Security saying that Andre Andrews is the hardest kicker he has seen with his 2 feet. So, all right. Understand that.
Andre kicked very hard, But I didn't play against Andre. No, he in his time, he might have been the hardest kicker with both feet.
But in your time, it was definitely
No,
Ali
but he
McNabb.
doesn't have that like McNabb. Couldn't kick like hard as McNabb. But
Yeah,
Andred was pretty accurate in shooting. No, I will give him kudos.
yeah.
I will give him kudos. He was one of the better strikers I saw and I sometimes coach.
Yeah, and this is a Captain Cloggy saying that's a real legend right there, man. Blessings, coach.
You love Craggy.
Yeah.
No, he was one of my leaders at Cornwall
You won the Costa Cup with him. He scored a penalty.
2 Costa Cups with him. No, he didn't. He wasn't a penalty taker at any time for Cornwall.
He didn't have a penalty shootout, and he.
No, sir. Brigadier is my penalty taker.
All right. So, well, we're gonna get to that now. We go. So now you're at Rossies for the 6 years, and then you leave Rossies, and this is when you ended up at Cornwall.
Yes.
All right. This is now in the 80s.
Yes. 81.
Right.
My first season was 81.
81. So talk to us about the Cornwall journey now.
The Cornwall principal came to me and he said, Steve, you're from Cornwall. You're at Rossies beating us. I am inviting you to Cornwall. Please, we can't take any more beating. Come Cornwall. As simple as that. And I obliged. But then, I don't know why, there were many persons in Montego Bay. Sorry, not many persons. A few persons in Montego Bay who thought that I was indisciplined. But it was only said. But there was nothing to prove that. But you know, not everybody's going to be in your corner. Now everybody can't be in your corner. Them, you see, that stage at a young age, if we are going to have a conversation, we'll talk. But if you can beat me with argument, and I was never disrespectful to anyone because this is something I learned in school. This respect goes a far way. And this is what I had with all the footballers, everybody who I coach. As a matter of fact, I don't think you can find one person on this earth who said that I disrespected him. So Stokes asked me, please, can you come? And I said, yes, I'll come. And in my time at Cornwall, I can remember Stokes, he called me one of the days and said, tell me something. Why are persons, what have you done people in Montego Bay? I said, no, I don't know. Nothing. He said, but before you came to Cornwall, he was told that Bucknor should never be at Cornwall because he is whatever they thought. And I said, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, because I look up to everybody. I respect everyone. And there's no disrespect in my system, none whatsoever. Himself, but it was thought that you're not a very pleasant person. But what convinced him, he said that he was passing the dorm one day and he didn't hear any noise. Some fellows were playing dominoes, others were playing cards, others were reading, doing them schoolwork. I was sleeping. He said, but I don't understand this. Why is it that you are such a person, but yet the boys are behaving them? He said the most disciplined set of boys that he has come across in Cornwall were my boys. He said, but why did they say that you were indisciplined? I said, I don't know. But I can tell you, my guts was heated because if I know that you're wrong, and it's a point where, let us say we're talking a point, making a point, and I say, I can prove that you're wrong. And as a youngster, you must never say that the older fella is wrong. And I said, no. If the law is saying something and you're saying otherwise, then it means that you are wrong because you can't defend it. There was never disrespect to anybody. But then you had one or two persons who didn't want me at Cornwall, and that was it. So when Stokes realized that what they were saying because it's not only one occasion. You know, he said that he would pass there in the days and stop. And he said, you know, here, not even the only sound him here is like a domino. The card pack can't make a sound. People reading can't make any noise. Bucknor sleeping. Him said, you know, and him said on the football field, the most disciplined teams that he has ever seen at Cornwall are my teams. Him said, but why? I said, I don't know.
Well, somebody's helping you to answer. Margaret Leon or Lion saying that Steve, the reason why they never liked you is that you're a poor man picnic with dark skin. Trust me, that's why. So I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Well,
That's
no, I would have said that, you know, because that is true, 100% true. And you're talking about coming out of the colonial times, because it was 1962 when we got independence. So we had the rich boys going to school and we had poor boys going to school. And my lunch for many, many years, one round bun and one bottle of Pepsi at my lunch that my mother couldn't afford anymore. I'm not telling the truth. My mother could not afford anything more. One round bun, you know, the round bun look like. And one bottle of Pepsi at my lunch that for many years at school. But I played sport. I had what was thought was a big name in school. But I live at Paradise Row one time. I live at Love Lane. So you know where North Gully is in between a bad man era. But nobody can tell us them see Steve Bucknor put them hand in a one sweetie jar and take out one sweet. But because of that, many persons did not like me, but they never liked me because I'm poor with talent. And it was thought that by some that I mustn't coach their son. I am telling you, this is true. It was said by somebody from the Parent Teachers Association at Cornwall that Bucknor must not coach his son. This is why I couldn't go Cornwall. Person would never go Cornwall, you know. So I can't coach his son at school because of where I'm coming from.
Really?
No, I don't.
Whoa.
No, it is true.
Whoa.
Plain truth. And I learned that afterwards by one of this man's friend who told me that this is why you could come Cornwall early because of them people fighting against you. I'm saying, then, let me tell you something, man. You know, I am not going to use that against anybody. And there's a comment made later on. There's on my phone, 81 to 84 is a group of boys I coached when I went there first. That was the first group. And the person who hear about Claggy, he might be listening. Most of the players them came from parents who were working class people. Yeah. And Dr. Alawang said he don't understand Gabby. How can we come from so many?
So people, for those of you who don't know, Mr. Bucknor is also called Gabby or not Serby, but Stabby, right?
All sort of names.
So instead of saying Mr., they used to say Stabby, all right? So that's how they got that name on Gabby. But go ahead and continue.
No, Alawang say, but I can't understand this. Look at the family. Because right now, it is one big family with enough respect. Every day, them on the phone and them teasing each other and them mouthing each other, and there's no disrespect whatsoever. None. It's 4 Parsons come out of my squad, you know. You hear me say that? 4 Parsons. The captain for 81, then Clark Parsons. The captain for 82, Guyan Parsons. In 84, Fat Fred Parsons. The reserve goalkeeper McCarthy Parsons, and everybody show respect. Even today, Bugs, the leader Bugs, who captain 83, is still the leader for all of them people because them say, Bugs, what can we do? Them go Bugs yard. Bugs, we can't get a soft drink. Bugs, we can't get something to eat. Them say, Bugs, say, man, give me a break, no man. Them say, but Bugs, are you a leader? You know? So, what do you mean give a break? Give a break that. So, until today, the respect is there. And the respect is there for everybody. Yeah. You understand me? So, that is what happened. We're talking about a Cornwall with working class parents. For most of them, working class parents, people come from Barnet Lane. People come from in the region of Hard Street, the region of Dome Street. People come from flankers, Barrington, Salem. You understand me? So we're talking about regular working class people, and to live as one is a difficult thing, but that is why we had plenty of respect for each other, and persons were towing the line, and they're doing schoolwork.
All right, so that is 1981, your first year at Cornwall. I think you won in 82.
182, yes.
Right, 82 was when Carlton Alexander was the captain.
No, he was never the captain.
Oh,
he was
he was in the team. He was the vice captain.
Yes, yeah. He was vice captain 83. We had 2 vice captains 83 and 1 captain.
Okay. All
right.
So
I would just explain. It's a little bit complicated for listeners. Poppy Weatherly at right back was one of the vice captains. Alexander.
Poppy Weatherly?
Yes. Dean's brother.
Right. Dean Weatherly brother.
Dean Weatherly brother is a younger brother. And Lance Gibbs was the captain. And we're talking about 3 seniors. Now, on my team, Claggy was the leader in attack. Chris Thomas was the leader in midfield. And the captain was the leader in defense. And their voices meant a lot. When Claggy says something, nobody knows do anything else but do whatever he says because he's the leader up there. He's my voice up front. If him asks you a pass, the pass is given willingly. So we had leaders on the team, on the field of play, we had leaders. And if something is not going too right, I pass information here and it filters through. And that is how we did, that is how we won in 83. We had leaders. And this is what is necessary on the football field today.
Oh, you didn't win in 82. You won in 83.
No, we won 82. We won the Costa Cup 82. We won 3 trophies 83.
All right, so let's go to 82 because there's a story in 82 that I need you to clarify for the people. All right. Because the Titchfield team had Dr. I think Kingsley Chin.
Yes.
And Rudolph Speed was also in that Titchfield team that played Cornwall College. They said that when they turned up, there was no referee. And you were the coach of Cornwall. And all of a sudden, they see this man coming to ref the game. And when they look, it was you who was refereeing the game. So they said that make sure you ask Mr. Bucknor how he was the coach of Cornwall. And he ref the final between Titchfield and Cornwall College. So I know that you're going to clarify that for them. Go ahead.
No, I have to clarify it because there was a referee association in the western part of Jamaica, Western Referees Group. The referee's name, in first name, nickname Zambi, in last name Wilson. He was a referee for that game, coming from Western Jamaica. I had nothing to do with it. Running out on the field, that is rubbish. Big rubbish.
Okay.
Why would you have a coach refereeing a game? I know that sometimes you go Westmoreland and you can't find a referee because you not have referees in Westmoreland, you know. For a long time. And this man named Mr. Miller. You ask him to referee a game and him can referee a game. No, yeah. Mr. Spence.
Okay.
Spence.
Because they never used to have any referees down there. The referee
there were no referees in Westmoreland.
Yeah.
At the time, because in the early days, you know, it's only in Montego Bay you had referees from Western Jamaica, you know. There were no qualified referees, you know. We didn't have qualified referees around the island. Only very few. A handful of qualified referees. So there was no qualified referee in Westmoreland. So you just see a man in them tall pants come out and blow and whistle. And we just accept what happened. You understand me? We just accept it. So that was the case. So it is not true.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not true. Definitely not true, because we had a referees group inside of St. James, inside of Western Jamaica. We had a referees group.
Yeah. Tell us about that. This is Pete. This is Kirk Hendricks, I think. He says Peter Michael was a super sub. Peter Michael, you know that name? In the Cornwall College team?
No, Peter Michael played outside left.
Yeah, he said he was a super sub. And then Ron McFarlane says Big Gay and Clark, Steve played against some of those guys. Tread White was one of my favorite. Also, Tuffy Barnes.
The most
right.
talented person ever coach at school was Tuffy Barnes.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into that because Cornwall had some very good players during your coaching years, and some who went on to the big thing. So, 1982, you beat Titfield to win your first Doncaster Cup title as a coach.
Yes.
Who are some of the players in your team at this time?
Tuffy Barnes was one of the players. Guyan Clark was the captain, striker. Bugs Gibbs was a centre half. Tread White was also one of the centre halves. Carlton Alexander played. Let me see. Oh, unless I see the photograph. But the team was pretty young. It was close to the under 16 team that played in that year.
Oh, somebody saying Rinchi.
Rinchi was a goalkeeper.
Somebody saying Popeye. How good was Popeye? I don't know. Was he in that team? I don't know. I seen that. All right, but it's all right if you don't remember all the names. So that is 1982. But you won the Doncaster Cup, but you didn't win. You didn't win Ben Francis. You didn't win Olivia.
No, we lost Oliver Shield. We lost from Kingston to Camperdown. They beat us 2-0 in Kingston. This is a team that the big midfielder for Jamaica. Played for Jamaica.
Cargill. Peter Cargill
on that team.
That Camperdown team defeated Cornwall 2-0 with more.
Camperdown. In Kingston. But
they won all three. They won the triple thing there that season. But yeah, I think so.
We beat them back 1-0 in Montego Bay. And we might have won the game 2-0.
When Peter Cargill sat on the ball, I hear that was the game.
Same time. That was a disturbance.
What happened in that game?
He was sent off the field for whatever, whatever he did. Whatever unsporting conduct, he was sent off the field. But the game was held up for a long time. And it is believed a fellow of unsound mind walked across the 18-yard box and people said, geez, something is going to go wrong. And Guyan, who was a penalty taker, took the shot and he went over the crossbar.
Whoa.
Because he was a person who was fouled. So we might have won that game 2-0. So Oliver Shield could have been sheared, but we didn't do well enough. As we scored a penalty, I believe that because we were putting a lot of pressure on them. Holy pressure.
Okay, who did you beat in the 82 final of the Doncaster Cup?
Titchfield.
Right, Titchfield, right. Okay, so now you get to 83 because now your team is a little bit older because you keep almost all the players for the 83 season because it was a base. Yeah.
Except for Guyan. We had all the other players.
You only lost one player?
No, maybe more than one, but I'm saying that when I went to 81, I took out the best players. I'm under 14. The best I'm under 16. So these persons, for example, Tread White played at 81, 2 and 3. Wrenchy was there from 81, 2, 3, 4. So my players, Gibbs played 82, 81, 2, 3. Puppy, the same thing. So my players played for 3 years. So by 83, we had mature players in 83. Not the best players, but the players were mature because they were there for a very long time.
All right. So I am going to show you a picture and I want you to tell me if you know the names and the people in this picture. All right.
I need my glasses for this. I need my glasses.
Let's see how good your memory is and see how many of the players in this picture. This is a very old one,
This is Cornwall. The person that is the head that is circled is Vinter Williams' nephew.
Yes.
The Bugs, the Wrenchy at the bottom, right hand bottom. The captain Bugs in the middle with the trophy. The person behind him resembled Tread. To the bottom left, McCarthy, reserve goalkeeper. If you see an Adidas shirt at the top left, that is me.
Oh, that's you with the black and white hat?
The Adidas shirt, top
The Adidas
left.
shirt. Yeah, and who is the police officer beside you?
No, I can't. No, it is too. There's a little bit of blur. The person on to my right,
Yes.
is it the person to my right or to my left?
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man. Just tell us who you know.
The person to my right is Charlie. Aye.
You can't make out anymore?
Maurice Clark. But I need my glasses to see this. But the extreme right is Sam Jarrett, who was sports master. Then the other person is Tampa Watson. Peter Michael is fourth from right. Puppy Weatherly next to him. The head between them two heads, I think he look like JC, one of my strong supporters. Then you have Chris Thomas. In the middle row, to the extreme left, white shirt, was my physical instructor, sensei, who used to beat up them boys at abs, that they were physically tough. The other person to the right is Paul Rose, one of my supporters. Then you have Brigadier Carlton Alexander, and the other person is Fat Fred, my pastor.
All right, you look like you're doing good. All right, so let's close that. All right, wonderful. Look like you're doing good. You get enough of the news. All right, you're not that bad, man. All right, so reposition yourself again so we can continue. All right, there you go. All right, okay. All right, so you won in 81, in 82. No, 83. You win. The triple.
Yeah.
Tell us about that season.
That season.
Yeah.
Very interesting season. Man for man, Rossi they were better than us, man for man. Better than us, man for man. But I learned in 1980, 81, I went on coaching course in Bermuda. And the German instructor said, a team can be better than you 11v11. But if you play them 10v10, you can beat them. If you take out their top player, and if 10v10, you can beat them, take out their top player. And that is what we did in 83. When Blacks was taken out. Taken out means literally marked by...
That's Kenneth Gaynor.
Yes.
Gaynor Blacks.
Yeah, Gaynor Blacks was marked by one of my athletes because he came out straight from track. And he say he wants to play football. I say, you can't play. He said, no, sir. So I said, then how you want to play school team? He said, coach, if I come to you, you can't do anything, you know. So I said, all right. And he was taught the art of marking, and he learned it, and he mastered the art of marking. So Blacks couldn't get any ball. None at all, except in once it was an offside occasion. He scored from an offside cross. Other than that, Blacks couldn't get any ball. And the best part of the marking, because this guy did a number on Blacks, and until today, everybody say Blacks and talk about it, and Blacks smile and say, boy, so it go. At Jared Park, halftime, I counted 10 players on the field. So I say, hold on there. Who's missing? Them say, Lancey. So I say, I mean missing? Him say, coach him gone there, pavilion. I say, for what? Him say, gone with Blacks. So I say, I mean say him gone with Blacks. He say, yes, coach, him gone with Blacks. So I sent refreshment for him. It was after the game I understood that he sat down beside Blacks in Rossi's team meeting.
Yes.
And them say, hold on, man, come out of the place. Him say, no, coach say anything Blacks don't for do it anyway and go, me for go. Therefore, I am doing exactly what the coach said. And that was really tough for Blacks because at halftime, you'd expect to have little freedom. And there was not even half time, there was freedom. So both of them, it was 12 people coming out of the changing room onto the field for the second half, and it was right beside Blacks. That 18 years after Masters League was played at Jared Park. Wadada, Blacks was the striker for Wadada, and Crazy Glue played for Violet Kickers.
That's what they call him, Crazy Glue.
That is the name given to him, not me. I didn't give it to him.
Oh, okay, that was the name given to him because he was sticking to Blacks.
Exactly. No, not Blacks alone, you know. He marked out every striker out of football that we played against.
Okay.
So the game going on, and Black shouts, man, give me a break, man. D-Cup not done long time. Love me, man. The man said, the coach say, anything you do, me for do it. 18 years after.
All right. You know what I need to go back to do? I'm going to come back to 83, but 82, again, the Titchfield people saying that the goal that Tuffy scored, the ball went up in the air and he took it down with his hand. And that was how he scored the goal.
Not true. Guyan Clark was the goal. I think Guyan scored the only goal. I don't think it was Tuffy who scored. I think it was Guyan who scored.
Okay. All right. Let's come back to 83 then. So you defeated Russies in the final of the Doncaster Cup.
Yes, sir.
And then who you played in Ben Francis Cup final? Russies again?
No, semi-final. We played against Russies. But
you knocked them out.
Yeah, but we did a number on them. I mean, there's nothing to boast about, but we played a total defensive game against Russies in the D Cup. And we were literally lackluster on the field because I realized that we were fitter than them. We were better than them in two respects. We're fitter than them, and the longer the game lasts, we can beat them, and we had a better goalkeeper than them. These were the only two areas that were better. So we say, as long as the game lasts, try to carry the game to extra time. Once it reaches extra time, they can't beat us. We can run them into the ground for the 20 minutes. But the second game, Crazy Glue was injured. So Blacks didn't have a shadow, and he was out there looking for Crazy Glue for the whole 80 minutes in the Ben Francis semi-finals, looking for Crazy Glue for the whole time and can't find him. So apparently he was confused, didn't know what to do because he had planned to do something. It can't work because you have a marker.
Yes.
It was 1-0 and Bucknor get cussing. Yeah? People cuss me out of Mobile.
Why?
Say, the team, why didn't I not play this way against them in the final? So I said, hold on there. We win 2 games against Russies in almost 5 days. And me get cussed. Why not say, well done? Him said, no, they didn't like how we play the final. But them love how we play this game. I say, look, if I try match Russies man for man, Russie is better than us. Better than us man for man. And they might kill us, literally. So I said, no, play a holding game, and then in the last quarter of the game, we went in attack. And that is how we got the goal. So, beating them, people still cuss me. And I say, boy, this is not fair, man. We beat them 2 times in 5 days, and me get cussing. And we played the final in the Ben Francis, I believe, against. It might have been against Clarendon College, coming down. Beat them at Jar Park 2-0. I believe it was Clarendon College. Beat them 2-0 at Jar Park. I don't know if them fellas are listening, they will come on.
Yeah, man. Who did they play in the 83 Ben Francis Cup final? Was it Clarendon College? Somebody can answer that for us.
I believe, yeah. And then we went to we played against George's for the big one.
The Olivier Shield.
Yeah, but it was my wish that we'd have win the game in Mobile and we got defensive in Kingston. It so happened that we drew the game in Mobile, and after 20 years of not seeing Oliver Shield, I was determined because them fellas, they were not born the last time Cornwall won it.
Right, that was when you were playing in the 60s.
63.
Okay.
Exactly 20 years
20
after.
years. Okay.
And I say, then we're going to run at George's in Kingston. But the best part of our trip to Kingston, and I mean, I'm not going to pull punches. We were hurt by the old boys in 1982 because we stayed at Oceana Hotel. The boys, I tell you, so they were ordinary fellas, you know. The hotel thing got to them. People in the shower for 3 different times for the day. Why? Because it's hot water. They're not used to hot water, them yard. And that's cold pipe water me used and them used to. Because they were ordinary people, ordinary, come from working class family. And up to 12:30, we were not sleeping because the old boys in Kingston came down to Oceana. Gentlemen, thank you very much, Mr. Bucknor. Thank you very much. And that is what went on till 12:30 in the morning before people decided to give them a break. So in the first half, we were down almost 2-0 against Camperdown because the boys just didn't recover. And I asked Dr. Stokes, I said, Doc, suppose you beat Russies, can we go to a park camp? Him said, just beat them. And immediately the game finished, him said, we have a park camp.
So this is now 83. You didn't about to go Ocean Hotel, you went to up park camp.
No, the hotel thing hurt us.
Okay.
The fellas not used to that. It's different living that. So they're taking them out of one era, you're putting them somewhere where they're not used to.
Yeah.
So at upper camp, we were at 2JR. The windows can't lock. The door have a push up, can't lock.
This is more like the environment that they're used to.
Of course. And the best part of it, a soldier from Flankers came and said, Mr. Bucknor, I am on duty for 72 hours, so nothing can do them, you know. But I didn't expect anything to happen, but I'm only saying the door push up and the windows can't lock. And we were sleeping on cot. The atmosphere was just right. And we were at George's, and George's just couldn't manage us, just could not manage us. And I am going to say this, I don't know how many George's people listening. George's lost the game 3-0, not 2-0, 3-0 they lost.
In the National Stadium?
In the National Stadium. Whether they scored a corner kick for that matter.
A corner kick?
He practiced from July, from the beginning of July, he was we practiced corner kick and was kicking everything far goal. From the left side with the right foot, swerve in swing, straight into the goal. But the third goal was scored by Vinton Williams because I was a referee then and I knew the rules that you cannot be offside directly from a goal kick.
Yes.
And whether they kick the ball about 70 yards, Vinton ran onto it, flick it over the keeper head, the linesman's flag was up. I said, no, that's not right. And the referee took the call.
So Wesley, you're saying that Wesley's saying that we beat Russies in the Ben Francis final in '83. It was Russies you played in the final?
It would have been the final, but we beat Russies. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. We beat them in the final. That is correct.
In the Doncaster Cup and in the Ben Francis?
Yes, both of them. Both of them. A week apart. That is correct. I don't know who plays in the final. Yeah.
All right, Paul Wesley. Thank you, sir. That's Paul Wesley.
You can't say Puppy, you know, he won't complain.
Puppy. All right, Puppy.
or sometimes they call him Big Dogs. If he's not Puppy again. If he's over 50 years old, so if it's a big dog now. But that is how we rap, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Right. And after the game, I was going to the referee's room to ask a question, can you be outside directly from a goal kick? And Dirk Campbell said, come on, Steve. And I said, no, man, I don't want to talk to you, man. He said, come on. And I said, no. And him grabbing my shirt and pull me one side and say, I go down there and cuss them. Say, oh, can the linesman call offside from a goal kick? And that is what happened 3 times in the game. But I was going down there, would have been very polite to ask if the rule was changed. And them going to tell me, no, some say, then why was the player called offside from a goal kick? And me know them could not answer me. And that would have been it. I would not have tried to insult anybody. Just to say that is a mistake. But the same mistake was made at Jacksall with Kingston referees coming down 3 times offside from goal kick. Because it's something we practice, you know.
Yes.
He can kick the ball so far. With the youngsters not knowing the laws, we'll beat them because I kick the ball and may have one or two persons over into the other half, run on and score, and people complain, say offside. And it's not offside because that's what the law said. But because others didn't know the law, that was the case.
Okay. Okay, so you actually got 2 goals, do you scored 3?
Yes. We scored the 3rd goal, but it was called back when the linesman's flag was seen.
Okay, but it should not have been because it is all right. So this is the first time now after 20 years, Cornwall College winning the Olivia Shield again. The last time. So you won it as a player, and you won it as a coach.
Yes.
Probably one of the first persons to do that.
I think there are about 3 persons in that category, you know.
But you were probably the first.
I might not have been the first because I would have been the first as a player, but the combination.
Yeah, you're the first one. I think you're the first person to win it. To win because you won all 3 as a player in 63. You won Doncaster Cup and Olivia Shield.
There was no
Francis.
Ben Francis.
Right.
So it was double.
Right. You won the double and then you came back and won it as a coach in 83, except for the Ben Francis that was not around.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you know, that there were persons winning the Doncaster Cup after me, but coaching and winning Oliver Shield. I'm not sure if I might have been the first, but I think Bob Campbell did the same thing at Veer. And maybe teacher Lenny Hyde did it afterwards. Long after.
Yeah.
When it was said that Lenny Hyde did it first, which was not true. He was the 3rd person.
Okay, because you and Bob Campbell would have done it. Right. Poppy is saying that we beat Veer in the Ben Francis semi-final at Jacksall.
I remember that. Beat them 1-0. And a guy named Skiller from Westmoreland played.
Yes.
Skiller was on the team.
Clifford Smith, because he had just left Mannings. He was at Mannings the year before.
Yes.
With Cecil Pringle. And Cecil
so
because,
true.
Because the year before, the Mannings should have won. You know. I think in 82, Mannings had a very good team, but 83, some of them didn't come back with. Silla went to Veer, and Cecil Pringle didn't come back that year. All right, so this is now 83, and things. So let us just stop for a minute because we have some comments and just remind the people. Listen, please. This is a legendary Steve Bucknor. Watch this. We haven't even talked yet about him officiating or even senior team. All we have done is talk about schoolboy football. We haven't dealt with anything in terms of cricket. We haven't even touched cricket yet. So we're not going longer than, we have around 32 minutes left, and then we're going to give you a part 2 at a next time because I want him to get rest because we can't cover everything. I mean, we need like 10 episodes, but we're just going to do and capture as much. So in the meantime, you have to hit the like button, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, so we just reached 83, you know. I'm telling you how much we're covering because we don't talk about him coaching Premier League and losing the finals yet. We don't reach there yet. We're still in. We don't tell you about him draping up, you know, man when he officiate game in Westmoreland, you know, at Frome, you know. We don't get to that. we don't get to those stories yet, you know. So we have a lot of stories to cover. So 83. So you left Cornwall at some point. I mean, 84. You never won anything in 84.
No, sir. That is not correct, sir.
Oh, Go ahead and tell us now. 84 and then 84.
We
What
won
happened?
the 2 knockout trophies, 84.
Which
We won
is
Ben Francis, we won Ben Francis and Nutriment Shield.
and Nutriment. Okay. Who you playing
Nutriment
in the
Shield.
Nutriment Shield?
Nutriment Shield was paid for by the winner of Rural Knockout and the
Yes.
winner of Kingston
And
Knockout.
it was played after Christmas. Who told me about
No,
this?
no,
yesterday?
not after. Generally, just before Christmas. It was
Right.
played right after Oliver Shield.
Right. But
Yes,
yesterday when I interviewed geez, my head is going, you know. Andrew Bauer Hines. You played against them and they lost. I think they lost to Cornwall in that Nutriment Shield.
But well on, what school did Bauer attend?
Camperdown. You played Camperdown.
No, we beat George's in Nutriment Shield in
You
Kingston.
beat George's, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you beat George's in Olivia Shield.
Yeah.
And
Nutriment Shield.
And Nutriment Shield. Okay, okay.
In 1 year.
But you lost the Dacosta Cup to Rossies.
No, man. I didn't lose no D Cup, sir.
Oh, you lose it to Vier? Who did it? No.
Sir, I have not lost any Dacosta Cup, sir.
All right. Hold on. So 84. All right. You tell me about 84.
84, it was in my head. We should have won all 4 trophies. We could have, but we lost maybe one of our better players before the season started. We were playing Division 3 football, Division 2 football in St. James, so as to help some of the youngsters to, well, using them to get onto the team, because a lot of those who played 83, the bigger boys didn't come back, but the younger boys were still there. So we had a very good squad, 83, but a younger squad for 83. And, sorry, for 84.
Yes.
And we did not win the Costa Cup. We lost to Dintil at STETHS. Because I know Rossies couldn't beat us 84. I thought we had a better team. But this was a difference in my coaching. In 83, I was more defensive. In 82, I was wholly defensive. In 83, it was the other way around. I was almost ultra attacking.
In 84?
In 84.
Yes.
So the boys were told that we are going to win games, but the other team may score. So we can win 3-1. We can win 4-1, 4-2. The worst we can win is 2-1. We're hardly going to win in the game 1-0 because the opponents just may get a goal. The defense wasn't as good as before, as 83. So we are going to score many goals. We can score many goals, but the opponent just may score on us. And we lost out. Once Dintil beat us at STETHS, we couldn't come back. But we won the Ben Francis. I'm trying to remember, was this the time when we played Clarendon College at Jared Park. And then we won in Kingston. We beat George's in Kingston 2-1 at the stadium. And Brigalier was there. I think Brigalier scored both goals. And this is a midfielder who was misconstrued as a winger. But nobody knew that he was playing midfield because he was up with every attack on the right side and he was back to defend, first person to defend, first person to attack. So we beat George's in the stadium and we lost. Sorry, we beat, I think it was Clarendon College, we beat at Jared Park. Yes, where Chris Thomas, I think, scored a goal for us. We beat them 2-0. So we won 2 knockout trophies, 84.
Okay. In 84.
Yeah, we should have brought the tally to 82-1, then 3, then 2. 5 trophies in 4 seasons. I'm not think you can say that is too bad. After there was a big drought at Cornwall for 19 years. 19 years drought. And Cornwall won those trophies.
Okay, I think Carlton Alexander says that Boa Hines was on the 82 Camperdown team that beat us.
Yes.
But you played in Nutriment Shield that year as well.
No, 82, Vertec beat us in the semi-final. Vertec beat us in the semi-final of the Ben Francis. They beat us in Kingston.
Okay.
We lost the semi-final in Kingston. So we didn't. So we just won one trophy, 82.
So you had a very successful stint in the first, because you did 81, 82, 83, 84.
Yes.
And you were there at 85 as well at Cornwall?
No, sir.
Okay, all right.
89, 90.
All right, so 85 you left. And so what happened when you left Cornwall, 85? Did you stop coaching, or you went to Premier League coaching, or you moved?
This is when my involvement in cricket got bigger. I was involved in more cricket. Therefore, coaching wasn't, I just couldn't coach because I was always out in the month of September.
Okay. Oh, so you went back, you went more into cricket now.
I'm not saying something that is correct, It's not correct. I gave it a break. It was later on. No, that is not correct.
Right, so 85, you kind of gave coaching a break.
I gave it a break.
All right.
I gave it a break.
And then in 90.
89. I came back 89.
You came back to Cornwall. But
89.
You never coached between 85 to 89.
No. I coached 89, 90, and 91. And in 91, we won the Ben Francis. We beat Herbert Morrison up by Frome. We beat them 1-0. One of the Herbert Morrison crack teams.
One of the Herbert Morrison
crack teams.
Crack teams?
Yes. Remember, both of us coming from Zone A,
Yes.
And both of us meet again in a final. It's one of their top teams in 89.
Oh, that was the team with like Hector Wright?
I can't tell you all the
No,
not Hector Wright.
No, it should have been before. Yeah.
Man. Hector Wright is after that one.
89. People, you have to help us, and give us
89, 90. It's 91 I'm talking.
Right. No. Hector Wright would be 91.
No, hold on, man. Hector Wright could have been around because he was at Seba early 90s.
Okay. So,
remember, this is when the final was played in Kingston. It was in the early 90s.
The early 90s. So 91, you defeat.
It had been 92, 93 when we played Valley Kickers at the stadium.
All right. So in 91, you won at Cornwall again. You won the Ben Francis.
91.
91, right. Somebody saying that Hector beat Rossi's 85. So that is, that's what I'm saying. Hector Wright wasn't around, man.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
The Agla team, I believe, man. This was when Agla was given a red marching orders early in the game at Jared Park. He launched up. It was a squad with Tonto Henry. Some very, very good players, including Tonto Henry and Minef Badders. But the team was an extremely good team, the 85 Russies, the 85 company team. All
right, somebody's saying that Rice and Picknight were in that Herbert Morrison team. The goalkeeper Picknight.
You mean in 91?
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't say no. Carlton Alexander would have known that.
Yeah. All right, so you came back to Cornwall 89, 90, 91. You won the Ben Francis this time around.
In 91.
Right. 91. Who are some of the players in your team? Milton Griffiths was there at this time?
Yes, sir.
And Copped?
And Copped. Copped was actually playing under 16,
Yeah.
For Copped, I believe he played some Doncaster Cup games. And he might have played at Frome, but this was a very young team. because this is a team that went to the Costa final. It might have been 93 against Russies.
Right. They actually won.
The same squad.
Yeah. In 93, they went to the finals with Russies. The same
Yeah, I
squad.
believe so. Up by Eden Gardens, up by Duggerfield. Because this is it. This is the squad that Dean Weatherly got, you know.
Right.
All
Yeah,
the players, the whole squad, because them just coming from under 16s. A lot of them were under 16s when we were playing in 91.
Okay. Because you weren't coaching this team in 93.
No.
You were now coaching Seba.
Yes, but I was too involved in cricket now. This is when the cricket took over.
Okay. So now you coach, because you did coach Seba for a couple of seasons.
Yes.
Seba was your first Premier League team that you coached.
Yeah, but I coached Seba long time.
Before
long time in the earlier days, in the 70s.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, man. Early days when it was Craveney League. I think it was called Craveney League.
Oh, you were coaching Seba in the Craveney League in the early days?
Yeah, man. And I remember we went in Manchester. We played at Manchester. We played that many games. It's a whole heap of games we played. I was a coach early on.
Let me see, because I have some Craveney League stats here. So, but you'd have coached and then you left and you went back.
Yes.
To Seba. All right. So, tell us a little bit about your time at Seba, and because you won everything at the schoolboy level. What was it like at the Craveney League, or what we call the Premier League level, with Seba up to 1993?
It was more a case of streamlining what was to be done and getting discipline in the team. And discipline is not behavior. Getting a disciplined approach to the game. And that is what was lacking. Talent, yes, but how to play the game, how to train. And that is what we didn't have. Who to play where? Why do we play this formation? Why are we going to be attacking in certain areas? And that is what I went to Seba to do, to standardize whatever they were doing and get disciplined football so that we knew who were the goal scorers, who were the principal defenders, who should be marshalling areas. Rather than having talent flow. I said, no, I can't have that, because these are adults and adults should know what they are doing on the field. And sir, if you don't know, Tapa was playing for Seba when I was coaching. My last season at Seba.
Right, when you lost to Violet Kickers in the finals. That was the last season?
No, it's after that, the season after that.
The season after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1993-94, you went to the finals with Seba against Violet Kickers.
Yes.
Whitmore was in your team?
No, I think
he was playing at Violet Kickers?
Or Sugar. It might have been playing as Sugar. I don't know if it was Kickers. I'm not sure.
Okay.
He was playing for Kickers and then he came there. Or he came from a team called Sugar, coming from Paradise. But he came to us after. And for those who don't know, before I went to a tournament in India, he was called Gola Game.
This is Theodore Whitmore.
Yes, after 8 games, he had 9 goals. He was scoring every game.
Somebody said that he was playing for Violet Kickers.
He was kickers and then coming across.
Yeah.
But once I left and I went away to India, the assistant coach removed him from right link and played him attacking central. And he literally stopped scoring goals. Because I am coming from right link, from his 18-yard box, making passes, and the players were told, not commanded, but told, you are the wall. If he gives it to you, give it back to him. Conveniently, just give it back. And he was scoring goals from in the box, side footing the ball inside the net. No big kick. Because every time he hit a ball to somebody, they play it back to him. They play it back to him. So conveniently, he was scoring many goals until I left. Then he was playing the attacking midfield.
Yeah, because Theodore Whitmore actually play with Seba, you know. Play with Kickers when Kickers defeated Seba in the finals at the Premier League 93-94.
It is after that. It is after that.
Right.
It is after that.
So it is the season after that.
I believe so.
Right. Okay. All right. So you never won the Premier League.
No.
Craveney League.
Only been to the final.
You have been to the final. All right.
That disastrous game at the stadium.
Yeah. Tell us about that Seba Vadet Kickers final. What really happened at that game? Because the game had to be stopped and all of those things.
Well, I will tell you before that. JFF.
Why did two Montego Bay team and then Kingston played? But go ahead and share the whole story.
Okay. It was the first time that two teams from Montego Bay. The first time that they were playing the finals. Very first time. And it was said that the game would have been played, the first game would have been played in Kingston. Then the return in Montego Bay, since the two teams come from Mobay. At the last minute, it was changed. First game in Mobay, I had a test match umpiring at Sabina Park. So I missed the first game because I was umpiring test cricket at Sabina Park. And I came back for the second game. But before that, no game was played at Jai Park. Jai Park was closed for 5 years because they said that they have some redevelopment plan, but nothing took place. And I was a person who literally opened Jai Park, and I was looking behind me, walking on the streets because I thought I would have been arrested by police.
Oh.
Because JFF said one semi-final match is going to be played in rural, the other semi-final in Kingston. The same thing for the final, one in Kingston and one rural. Now, we beat Arnett Gardens in the first semi-final in Kingston. Only to hear JFF saying that we might have to play the second semi-final in Kingston. And I was on radio. Well, I don't know if the case that was put off, signed die, will now be reopened. But I was on radio because I used to do a sports calling program on Radio Waves, which is now Hot 102. That was a Western program.
Station, yes.
Western. And I said, no, JFF can't say that. If you say one going to play rural, at least you have Frome can play. But how can you ask a team to come Kingston 2 times? But what I did in the meantime, I say, gentlemen, we're going to play Arnett Gardens, and them guys can't do nothing Arnett Gardens. So I got in the head of players to say, if we go Kingston, then can't beat us in a Kingston. Them say, coach, anyway. So I had the players ready for a second game in Kingston. But once I said so, JFF came down on me. But before that, I made it known to people in Montego Bay that we don't go to Jai Park and cut the field, you know. And when I went over to Jai Park, by the time I reached there, the field cut off. The amount of mash it I saw over there, people with lawn mowers, them cut the field, them rake, them take the grass off, them burn the grass somewhere. Them say, stop, be ready now. I got the field lined up, send go by white line, card, we mark out the field, put in the goal, everything ready on the field. And JFF came down a few days after. And the president was down there, and the story is not very pleasant, but he came down, he looked, and he decided that football is going to be played. You have other sides to this story that I can't say it on here. I definitely can't say it on here.
Yeah.
But he decided that yes, we can play. This is how the Kickers match was played at Jai Park. the first time in 5 years that football was played at Gyre Park was the kicker Seba.
Wow.
You know, but now we lost, so we had to pull out all the stops in Kingston, and we were on the attack. And the second half, the fellas were charged up, and we were running at them, literally running at them in them faces, kicking for goal, ball going by the top, Barrett saving, defenders tackling, but we were running at them. And Shorty Malcolm, who was the left back on the team, played a cross from the right-hand side. That is how much we were running. People were running into position everywhere on the field. And when the cross came in, Bones overhead kick score. The linesman called offside for Tiga towards Raven in the outside left, almost in the outside left position. He was not interfering with play. The cross came into the middle of the field. Bones, his correct name is Hill.
Brian Hill.
And, yeah, and pandemonium in the stadium. Because the referee already said goal. Because Bones was nowhere near offside. Tigat was in the outside position, but in the outside left position. While Bones was in the middle of the field. And after the game, all hell broke loose. Battles came down, whole heap of throwing up battles on the rest sides. And it was very unpleasant. Very, very unpleasant. Not something that I liked. But it was extremely unpleasant to see a final ending that way. The game was completed, you know, the 90 minutes.
Yeah. And Valley Kickers won.
They won from the Mobile game, but once we got that goal, the momentum was on our side because I said, I have never seen Seba run as hard because how can Shorty Malcolm, the left back, playing across from the right-hand side of the field? We were just running hard, playing any position that you were at. Bones was scoring from the edge of the 18. Bones is a midfielder who is not normally so advanced. Which is to say that players were just going forward, finding position. It's almost something we call total football. If I play a ball, I find a space where I can get it back. And we were just literally on them. And once, if anyone we got that goal, we would have won the game. Because the momentum was with us. But so with the case, we didn't get the goal, and that was it. You know?
So somebody is asking us, sorry about that, listener. It's true that everybody know the names. Cuphead is Ricketts, Daniel Ricketts.
Yes.
And Bunny is Milton Griffiths. They were the standout players to some extent in that Cornwall College team.
91.
91. And then a little later, Donovan Ricketts, who is the brother of Daniel Ricketts,
came
into that side in 1993, I think.
He was a goalkeeper.
He was a goalkeeper. But Spoon was also a part of that 91 team.
No.
Richard McCallum.
No, the goalkeeper. No, I never called Spoon.
Okay.
Never called Spoon.
So that is the name right there. All right. So that is really your time with Seba, because after this you were also a FIFA referee.
Yes, sir.
I mean, so when were you doing your because we have, I mean, we're going to come back, we're going to part 2 and really talk about your cricketing stuff and some other stuff. But we have like 12 minutes to go. At what point did you start your FIFA refereeing?
I think it was 95, 85, 86 that time. And it didn't last too long because international referees, the age went up to 50. And in 1992, FIFA cut it back to 45. So I lost 5 years. Okay. So I completed my stint in 1992. And that was when I believe that was when I did my only World Cup qualifying game in Salvador.
World Cup qualifying game in 1990?
It might have been 92 in El Salvador.
Whoa. But you always coach, I mean, you used to coach in the Premier League and in schoolboy football. Sorry, not coach, but officiate.
Yes. I did all the finals you could have think about in Jamaica before that time.
Oh, you say you did Manning Cup final, the Costa Cup
No,
final.
not Manning Cup final.
Oh, Premier
But
League, the Craveney League final.
The Costa Cup final, Oliver Shield final, Premier League finals. We did all of them.
All right. Tell us about, for this episode, we're going to end with this story. What happened at Frome with you? And was it a spectator who come on the field? I have to let him know that, listen, man, so around here. What you doing?
All right. In the early years, Reno wasn't very strong. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know, the team was called Stylo. Did you know that?
Reno?
It was called Stylo.
No, I didn't know that.
This is when you had the Craveney League. Craveney League, it was the winner of your Parish competition who played Craveney League. So who play Craveney League this year don't have to play next year. You have to win your Parish League to play Craveney League.
Okay.
So Reno started out as Stylo. And in those days, there was no competition in Westmoreland, sir. No competition in the early days. So the best players from Westmoreland, but most from Sab, played for Stylo before it became Reno. So that is where it started. But I refereed at Frome. And there was one of them fellows from Sab who was trying his best to steal a ball. So after the game, I had the match ball. I don't remember if he was trying to pull it out. I said, no. And I passed it on to the Reno authorities. And him fouled up to me. I said, boss, it won't work, you know. You can't win this one. But those were the days when referees used to get licked, you know. Yes, man, they used to beat referees.
Yeah.
Serious. So nobody you didn't have referees from Montego Bay wanting to come to Westmoreland to referee any game. This is why I tell you, some suspense used to referee a lot of Manning's match.
Okay, because a referee have been beaten.
Yes.
Stay in the Parish.
But the following week, I went back. And when I went back the following week, I went back the following week, and I was armed to the teeth. And when I saw the fellow, I said, then, boss, you tried to do something last week, and this is the time that you have come forward and try something. And so what's going to happen to you? And I had my crocus bag. I handed my crocus bag, and I said, then, just breathe hard and see what happened to you out here today. And this was violence at its peak. And he walked away. The next week, I was there. I was the only person from Mobile refereeing in Westmoreland. And the following week, that is week 3, I was there again. I'm sorry, it's my ref. Nobody not trouble my ref, not talk to him. So I'm cool right down. Him no want to keep no ball again, and him all right. And I was his idol then. My ref, because people are afraid. In Western Jamaica, as a matter of fact, rural Jamaica, referees were being hit left, right, and center. And the referees had to spout violence to ward off people. And this is true.
Yeah.
We didn't have qualified referees.
Yes.
But those who were refereeing, and we started our group from Montego Bay. It was a Montego Bay group, then it became Western group because we said people have to get qualified, people took their exam. And by then I was a vice chairman in the early days, and people had to take their exam. So for the Costa Cup, we had referees from the Western group. And this is when 1982, a Western referee did the Costa Cup final.
Yeah.
And by 1986, a Western referee who was not a FIFA referee did National League final in Kingston. Today, it is difficult to find a referee to do anything in the Western era. So Western referees, we have done every final except in the Money Cup final. We have done every final, whether Kingston or Montego Bay or anywhere else.
We're going to pick up on some of this in part 2, but I see someone, Clennon Clark, saying that's how Andred, his name is actually Andred Andrews, got his name. He came to here playing for Stylo, and they call him Stylo in 1974. That's Andred Andrews.
Yeah,
Yes, so
he was the person called Styler from Westmoreland, you know. So I don't know if a team, the name had anything to do with him. But his nickname is Stylo.
Yeah, because
in 1973 that National League started, you know.
Yeah, so that's what they say how he got the name Stylo, because he was playing for Stylo in Westmoreland when he came to Veer.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm going to show you a picture, because we go, and then I want you to tell me if you can identify who are the persons in this picture and what is the occasion.
But my glasses again. I need my glasses to see on the screen, man.
This one is clearer, man. This one is clearer. Tell us about this picture.
The person on the left pointing is Claggy.
Yes.
I see a blue shirt man look like Steve Bucknor.
and with the red shirt.
I'm looking hard. I know the person. I'm looking very hard. I'm not sure if it's Becky. I know the face, but I can't pull a name.
So what is happening right there now?
I don't know.
You don't know where that is? You don't remember?
No, something is happening, but I don't remember. I can't point out what the occasion.
All right. So the person who said that need to tell us what that picture is all about, you know. What is that picture all about? But we go because people, this is how legendary Mr. Bucknor is. I don't know, this man need to get other distinction and all of them things here. You understand me? I don't know.
Incidentally, sir, I got 2 national honors already, sir.
2? Okay, wonderful.
OD and OJ.
Oh, there you go. Order distinction. Order of Jamaica. I'm telling you. This is probably the only person in modern history that is a FIFA, who was a FIFA referee and an ICC umpire, a qualified cricket coach, and a qualified football coach at the same time, who won things as a footballing coach, who medal at champs in track and field. Yeah, all of these accolades. And so we have a next part of this that we have to do to cover the other part of his legendary life. We don't even talk about Pakistan versus India yet. You know, so that's a whole different show that we're going to do. But we're going to stop here for now and give him the opportunity to speak to you as we conclude this first episode. We're going to have our giveaway as well. So I'm going to let him speak. I hear lunch being prepared in the kitchen. So I'm going to I'm going to allow him to run and then have our giveaway. So Mr. Bucknor, it is just talk to the people who are listening and watching at this time, and then we'll make preparation for part 2. Go ahead.
Well, actually, it's a good occasion for me. I am thankful that I was given this opportunity to say a few things that maybe I am not willing to write in a book, but I am happy to say a few things about my exploits, and for those persons who played football alongside me or accepted me as a coach. I thought that you know, the occasion is a good one, and it is healthy to speak about your past life, especially if it is maybe on the upper side of good and not the other side, wherein, you know, we speak about persons who are, yes, famous, but not the notorious ones. So I am happy to be here to say something about myself, but not me alone, others who played alongside me, and to give them kudos to say they were good players as well as Steve Bucknor. But whatever questions to be answered, I will be willing to speak to you again, sir. And thank you very much for the occasion to say something about this little poor boy, Steve Bucknor.
Yes. No, the ones. You understand me? The ones. That was how it started, but that's not where the title of 4 is no longer there. That was how it started. But Cluggy is reminding us that was the alumni football tournament in Fort Lauderdale, in Lauderhill, Fort Lauderdale.
Yes. I can't remember that now. The blue shirts, I can't remember because once I was at Cornwall, I used to wear a particular shirt and say, Coach, don't stop with that shirt, your good lucky shirt,
Okay.
Or one shirt, we wear for the whole season, It's a good luck shirt, that one. Anyway, it was nice to talk to you.
Definitely. Money is money. You know that 1738, we always have to remind people, that we have been around. We have been around long enough. 1738. Long time.
I have had good experiences at Manning's, and the competition was always tough playing against Manning's. I will tell you that from now. It is not the easiest place to play and win. Not in Manning's. You may win at Frome, but not at Manning's. It's a difficult field, and Manning's used to them field. So I am happy to talk to somebody where the difficulty was, but then again, the atmosphere was a good one. So happy talking, and I'll be with you again.
Definitely. We're going to do part 2. Listen, tell your wife and the rest of the family hi, and tell them that I personally say thank you for allowing you these 2 hours. And let there be no hindrances to the second 2 hours that we have because we haven't touched. So we'll be in touch, and thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day. I thank you on behalf of the Cornwall College family, Montegonians and Jamaicans on a whole, and the entire Western Jamaica, from cricket officials to football officials, players in cricket, in football, everyone. We say a big thank you to you for your years of work. I mean, bringing the Jamaican banner internationally, officiating in World Cup qualifying in football, World Cup qualifying in cricket. I mean, I don't know if there's anyone else in the entire world that has that distinction. And so you're highly esteemed, and we are grateful that we have you here. I do believe that you should take the opportunity to put some of this in a book so we can read it, So I hope Mrs. Bucknor will challenge you to put pen to paper, and one day we can read the autobiography of the legendary Steve Bucknor. And we will speak again. So enjoy the rest of the day. And as soon as I close out, but let's just stay. Listen, I want someone to tell me if you can answer. If you can answer the school that Mr. Steve Bucknor left from to enter Cornwall College, then you will win for yourself $500 credit.
That's a giveaway.
That's a giveaway?
It's a giveaway.
Yes?
I won't tell you why it's a giveaway.
It's a giveaway. Maybe I should ask something harder.
No, you ask it already.
No, that's it. All right. So he said that's too easy. So let's ask him.
No. Persons who want to answer, you have asked a question, allow them. The other occasion, you ask something more difficult.
No, somebody
if I want to go be no.
No, see people saying STETHS. You see that? People saying STETHS. You see them wrong?
Hold on. I left from STETHS to enter Cornwall College. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
What's the question? What's the question?
Right. Which school did you leave to go to Cornwall College? You left the school and then you started attending Cornwall College.
Okay. The answer is not STETHS, man.
Right, but even if the other question, the answer was, the answer would have been STETHS. But which school? Meaning before he got to Cornwall, he was attending a school, not as a coach, but as a student. Which school was that?
All of my footballers know that.
Yeah. So that is the question. In the meantime, a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. Tricknick. Tricknick is a Jamaican-owned and operated company in Canada, and they sell all you need for all your jerk and barbecue, from jerk spice to jerk marinade to barbecue sauce, hot pepper sauce. They even have curry paste. They use authentic Jamaican products to make their products. So they buy everything, herbs and spices in Jamaica, bring them to Canada. They get them out of Western Jamaica, bring them to Canada and make their products. And now they're offering 25% discount on all their products. All you have to do is shop at www.tricknick.ca and use the code, one word, I am sure sports 001 to get 25% discount. Ron McFarlane, you're wrong. He was attending a school before it's not Rossi's. Before he attended Cornwall College, what school was he attending? It is in the first minute of him talking. All right. So look like we're not going to have a winner. See, it was that easier question though.
No, it is easy, but the persons who can answer it, they are not talking.
Well, that could be true. And someone is asking where you're residing. I know you're residing overseas now. So.
I mean at Mount Vernon. Vernon, New York.
There you go. All right. So please, when you see Demo on the cricket pitch, tell him to stop the sledging and play some cricket. All right. Let me see you there. So again, thank you, Mr. Bucknor. We don't have any winner. Somebody saying Montego Bay. That's the name of our school.
All right. Ron McFarlane again.
Yeah. Montego Bay Boys School. All right, but you have to give me the name now. What is the name now? That's not the name now.
The question you asked, that is a correct answer.
Isn't it Coronaldi?
Sir, the question you asked, this is the answer. Cornell is a co-ed school. I never go to a co-ed school.
Okay, so you went to Montego Bay Boys School.
Boys School, yes, sir.
All right, Dukeland Senate, so you are the winner. Mr. Bucknor says you are the winner. And I'm very sure he's not from Montego Bay. I'm disappointed in the Montegonians, that they didn't get that one correct, What is going on? So all you have to do, Dukeland, is just you send your number via WhatsApp or text to this number, and we will send you, we will send you your credit, and let us know what your service provider is. Oh, he's actually from Montego Bay as well. He's saying he is from Montego Bay, so that's why I know.
This is what I'm saying, sir. It was only one boys' school in Montego Bay, so I had to go to that one boys' school. So I'm saying the Cornwallians, if every one of them would have known the answer.
Okay. All right, Dukeland Senate. So you are the winner. So you won for yourself $500 credit. Send in your information and your service provider. Mr. Bucknor, big thank you to you. Again, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will talk shortly.
Okay, sir. It was my pleasure.
Every time. All right. Blessings. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go, people. That's our interview today. 2 hours well spent with the legendary Mr. Steve Bucknor, Distinction Order of Jamaica, ICC referee, ICC umpire, referee, coach, you name it. Right? What a story. What a story and what a time. We are going to have a part 2 when we discuss with him. We didn't even talk about his thoughts on youth development. You'd love to hear his views on that. And we are also going to discuss with him some cricket as well, and officiating in cricket and in football. Right? Again, I want to thank you. Listen, we're putting out good content, and you can support us by liking and subscribing to the channel, right? All you have to do, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's very simple. That is how we increase, how we grow, and how we're able to do more interviews like this. We have interviews every day this week. This week, we will have Maurice Cyrus. We will have Ricardo Bibi Gardner. And we have 2 surprises for you in the week. We have it all lined up. And we are going to have the part 2 of the Steve Bucknor interview as well in a couple of weeks. So again, I want to thank every single one of you for joining, for sticking and staying with us for the 2 hours we spent doing this video. Again, thank you so much. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. And here is what I want you to do. Like the video. Subscribe if you have not yet. Listen, get someone else to subscribe to the channel. All right? And we are going to leave with a word from our sponsors.
Picnic Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.